In the media, we often see characters depicted as good guys or bad guys. This is a common storytelling technique for both fictional and true stories. But whether a person is a hero or a villain depends on your point of view. Take, for example, popular stories about pirates. Pirates can be seen as villains, preying on innocent ships for personal gain, or as heroes, men banding together against the odds to live free. Understanding how language is used in a program, what words are used to describe a character, are some of the clues to understanding the point of view of the storyteller. Watch these two clips and see how the point of view on pirates can be affected by what you see and hear.
A ship is sailing across the open sea when suddenly it is attacked. Armed men climb aboard, kill the captain, and make off with the treasure. Pirates have been an important part of our history for more than 8,000 years. They robbed from people using violence, surprise, and fear. Pirate attacks were often brutal and ugly. Pirates tortured and murdered thousands of victims. For much of history, pirates were used by European nations to get a hold of the vast golden riches of South American native people. In the 1500s, sailors were encouraged to become pirates. These pirates were called privateers. Their job was to capture booty from enemy nations on behalf of their own country. Sir Francis Drake, the first person to sail around the world, brought back great wealth for Queen Elizabeth by being not only an explorer, but a pirate. Sir Francis Drake was one of the most famous explorers of all time. He was the first Englishman to sail around the world. During the 1500s, Spanish ships were taking treasure from the vast riches of Native American civilizations in Peru, Chile, and other parts of South and Central America. Queen Elizabeth gave Sir Francis Drake money and ships to raid and plunder the Spanish ships. She shared in the treasure that Drake brought back from his pirating activity, and this strengthened her rule as queen. Drake was one of the most famous sea dogs, the nickname for English pirates who stole from Spanish ships. As a young man, he worked as a slave trader, selling Africans to plantation owners in the Caribbean. On one of these journeys, a fleet of Spanish ships approached them, pretending to be friendly, but then attacked. Many of Drake's sailors were killed, and Drake returned to England, hating the Spaniards and vowing revenge. Drake's more famous voyage began in 1577, when he and more than 150 men began the voyage that would take them around the world. He traveled down the coast of Brazil to the Straits of Magellan, then up the west coast of South America, plundering Spanish ships along the way. Drake renamed his ship the Golden Hind, which was loaded with gold, silver, and jewels. When he returned to England 3 years later, the King of Spain insisted that Drake be punished. Instead, he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth. This sparked a major war between the two countries.